The USA's were supplemented by 4 of the Brighton-class E-2 tanks, which had a much longer wheelbase at 16 feet than the Americans at 10 feet. 32109 had arrived in November 1956.
Alright, so I've managed to turn one of these models into this. Oh, and also for the record, this Steelworks Thomas has freewheel, and I pretty much just took out the motor inside. So he pretty much doesn't work even with batteries, so yeah. I mean, the body is fine, it's just the chassis. But we're not talking about Steelworks Thomas. We're talking about my custom RWS Trackmaster Revolutions Thomas. I just gotta say, I like this. Like, I honestly like this model. Like, compared to my Play-Row Thomas, I still like it, but like, it's just, this is like an actual version of Thomas instead of like a parody of Thomas. Well, yeah, Tom right there. So yeah, Tom is basically a parody of Thomas, while also being Thomas. This one is actually like Thomas, but like different, you know. So yeah. So how I made this model, pretty much just use a, you know, Trackmaster Revolutions body, as obviously, you know. But I did make some certain changes, as if you couldn't already tell. So yeah, the main thing I did, just open him up. And by opening him up, I mean like opening the cab. I was planning to do something about something like the Thomas and the Magic Railroad thing, where, you know, Thomas's cab was completely open, even the door. But I said like, nah, didn't feel like doing that. So yeah, I also opened up some windows, you know. Yeah, they're pretty much just holes in the model. At least you can see right through it, right there. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, some other things I did was add the Westinghouse pumps. I don't know, but yeah, these were achieved by using fucking glue sticks, like hot glue sticks. Like, that's pretty much what I use. Like, basically hot glue sticks, or like hot glue, is basically my version of plastic or putty, you know. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, I think you can, yeah, you can see it on camera. That part was full of cracks, you know. This part was also not great. There was also cracks, but like this one just came out a lot cleaner than the other one. But yeah, there was a lot of cracks, and you know, I used some fucking hot glue to cover that, sand it, and you know, after painting it, it's barely seen. As also you can see on this part, the little dent, use some hot glue, and it's a lot better than before, but still noticeable. But it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so these were made out of hot glue sticks. Other things I did was take out the lamp and the lamp irons. While cutting off the lamp irons, you know, I accidentally cracked his running board a little bit, and you know, right there you can see that it's basically saved by hot glue. Of course, if you can see from this side, pretty fucking clean, and if you see on this side, bleh. But still not noticeable. Okay, well, it is fucking noticeable. What am I talking about? Okay, other things I did, you know, was painting it in this blue, like a dark blue. Unlike this Thomas, which I actually had to like fucking mix a lot of colors. Like, okay, well, not a lot of colors. I had to mix this blue, which is like, let me look. Sorry for that. Here it is. This is pretty much the blue I used, the bright blue from Apple Barrel. So far, like my favorite paint company. It's my favorite paint brand. You know, of course, I use the matte color paint. Yep. I think other things I used was like some tropical blue or like some light blue, and of course, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Shit, bro. sorry for my fucking camera, I'm sorry. As you can see, it's like a little bit sparkly in some areas. Yeah, that was achieved by like with a sparkly blue. So yeah, it was a lot of different blues to achieve the blue that he has now, and I like it. But as a Railway Series Thomas, this blue is pretty perfect actually. So if you want to make an RWS Thomas, at least for me, I think bright blue from Apple Barrel is like a really solid blue. You know, I just like it. I was considering painting the wheels blue, but like I've seen a lot of people like paint the Railway Series inspired models with black wheels, so I decided, hey, you know, wouldn't look bad, why not? And yeah, the face. Fun fact, you can take off the smoke box from the model, and yeah, I couldn't really take off the face. It was pretty difficult, and I couldn't even achieve it since I was pretty much cutting this whole thing. And as you can see from this blue, yeah, had to cut a lot of it, and I couldn't take out the face, so had to paint it with the smoke box. Unlike my Playroll Thomas, or Tom, I'm just gonna call it a Thomas since it's pretty much a Thomas. Sorry, you could, goddamn it, it's slippery. I want to chip the paint too. You can pretty much take out the face. Yeah, of course. You know, if this is a normal toy, which it is, I would have a screw, but I took out the screw, you know. So yeah, so now the face just pops out easily instead of having to unscrew the whole thing just to take it out. So yeah, so but nah, with this one I had to pretty much just keep the face and deal with it. And you know, for having the face in there, it's pretty clean work. You know, there are some little parts that are not the prettiest, but it's not a big of a deal. And the face, I try to have I had to work with what I had to make a RWS Thomas face, you know, since, let me take a normal Mr. Thomas. Yeah, for me at least, he has a very small mouth, pretty small eyes. Again, I'm gonna compare my original traits with these. As you can see, they are a lot bigger, so they're more expressive eyes than, you know, these. This one, he's just like, I'm Thomas. It's just, fuck out of here. So yeah, I don't really know how I could make his eyes bigger without making it look super weird. So had to work with what I had. I could have, you know, taken off the eyes and made his eyes posable, like with my angry face Thomas, or like this face, you know. But yeah, this is extremely challenging, and yeah, it doesn't really want to sit well on the face, so I decided, nah, let's just do this. To make it more RWS, I give him some like normal eyebrows. They were original a lot thicker, but I managed to thin them down. It's not really pretty on this right here, the eyebrow spot. Whatever, I like it. It's like, yeah. So yeah, so now the decals were pretty much just some red vinyl paper that's sticking out. Oh no, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, it was just some red vinyl paper that I had to cut with my own hands. Okay, well, it was with scissors, but like, I don't have that kind of luxury that some of you modelers have, where you have custom cut vinyl stickers. Yeah, you can just ask someone on Twitter, hey, can you make some custom like stripes and shit? Oh, you get it. Yeah, no, I had to cut my own. And this is like one of the most tedious parts. Even when the model is done, you can see the imperfections. But I don't care, I still like them. So yeah, it was all of this was with my own paper, and yeah, all this. These were kind of tedious because since, you know, before I had to glue these on the original model before painting them because I had to see the final product. And as you can see on these images, yeah, they were in there. So they were pretty much in there, and I had to paint them and apply the vinyl in there, and it was pretty tedious since they're small since there's very small space, even with tweezers, it was pretty hard. But I managed to accomplish it, and they're actually in there pretty good. Other things like the number 1, the stickers. I have this pack of letters and numbers that I bought from Amazon. I don't remember how big they were. I think they're like 0.3 centimeters, 0.2. But yeah, they were that small, and it's great. Although in the tanks, they are a little too small, but they're very pleasing to me. You know, they look pretty nice. And you know, the chassis. Fun fact. I had to change the wheels on the chassis because, like, when I was making, before I made the this freewheel chassis, I was planning on adding some Playroll wheels to it, just like I saw in some videos, you know.
Hey guys, Ramafool here with a redesigned Trackmaster Thomas with added Tomy wheels. Man, I hated those new rough gear ones. They didn't even look like they could run smoothly on old track. These smooth ones are so much better.
Yeah, I was planning to do that, and I had to cut off a gear. I had to pretty much just cut off the gear, the most essential gear that is actually touching the motor. And that did not work at all. That project was kind of lost, and now I have a chassis that pretty much does not work no matter what. Unless you have to actually replace this wheel. Like this wheel right here does not work. Does not work anymore, no matter what. So yeah. So I had to change things up, and yeah, had to get a new wheel and all that stuff, you know. So yeah, it works fine. It's not freewheel at all. Nope. Which is one of the things that I don't like about Trackmaster Revolutions, because if they wanted to make the engines look like this, okay, but at least make them freewheel. Sure, it's gonna be a massive downgrade from this, but at least keep the freewheel, because that's like the best part. Like when I was a kid, I had these models. I would move them around, and like one day I could just see them move on their own. Oh, but since I was a little kid, you know, I like to push them around better. It's like more fun, you know. I don't know why they didn't do it to these models. Okay, well, except for this one, yeah. I just don't know why they did that, but whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much my model, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this RWS Thomas. I gave them like a more E2 class tank engine aesthetic, you know, and it looks pretty nice. Silver buffers, like in the illustrations. I like it. Like from going from something like this. Ignore the running board, that was from me a long time ago. Like going from this to something like this, it's pretty good. I'm not saying like this is the best model ever, you know, but I do like it. It's like nice. Like I tried to make these into like different characters, you know, like parody versions of the original characters. But now that I'm doing the you know, the Thomas crew, including Diesel 10, but I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. I'm going to have them like in RWS series style, you know. That's the style I'm going to give them, because I like them better than, you know, prop accurate Thomas engines. Well, these can be kind of hard to make them prop accurate, but like I just like them like this, okay? RWS series is nice. Now, something else I'm going to talk about. Diesel 10, and so yeah, I just started working on him today, and well, by the time of this video, I'm making this video, so yeah, Diesel 10 is pretty much made today. I had to cut off the claw, which is right here. Still works perfectly fine, and that's good. So that's where it's supposed to go, you know. And I'm gonna make him, you know, movable pinchy, you know, movable pinchy. Rawr. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing, and yeah, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, Hey there, editor Sonic Boy 54 here, and I forgot to mention, since I have a spare Thomas, I was thinking of, making a custom, I don't know, someone that you might know, some of you might know, I don't know. He's like a very small character that not a lot of people in the Thomas community know. So if you know him, then yeah, you should definitely point it out, because no one knows who this is. So yeah, no one knows. Absolutely mysterious character. No one knows who he is at all. Definitely. I hope you enjoyed my model. It's pretty nice. I like it. And yeah. So it was pretty fun to make, Kind of tedious on some parts, but like still pretty nice. Pretty nice results, But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. And yeah. Also, just to make this quick, I really want to thank you guys for the I Hate You videos, I Hate You Luigi videos on the original video, and the Friday Night Funkin' mod. So about that, that is still work in progress. It's not going to be the hardest thing ever, unlike the real Sonic Boy 54 mod. But like, it's still going to take a little bit of time, but it's pretty much like 80% of the way there. It's just pretty much going to be the song Oh God No. I'm planning to, do the I Hate You song, but like, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this model, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Damn it again. Ugh.